Hello, this is Ron Clymer, and I am in. Hello, let me start over. This is Ron Clymer. I'm in Daytona Beach, Florida, and I want to talk to you if you're being foreclosed on about a serious mistake that a lot of people make that they shouldn't make. It's a foolish mistake, and it costs them a little bit of money. Not a lot, but a little bit. And that is, if your house is being foreclosed on, be sure to buy insurance for your house. Because when you signed that mortgage 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whenever it was, when you signed that mortgage, you agreed to provide insurance. And if you don't, the bank will buy insurance. Now, if you're paying $2,000 a year to State Farm or Progressive or whomever, the company that the bank buys insurance from will probably charge $5,000 a year. And so you're going to end up paying a lot more for the insurance that's in effect. And that insurance is called bank insurance. It doesn't protect you, it protects the bank. So if a hurricane blew your house away or your house burned down, your mortgage would be paid off, but you wouldn't get a nickel. Now, if your house is worth, say, $400,000 and you owe $200,000 on it, the bank's going to get paid off. You're not going to get a penny. So do yourself a favor and buy insurance on your house. You bought insurance because you think that it might burn down or be in a hurricane or something, and plus other reasons you need insurance. But now, does that make sense? It makes sense to me. If you watch my previous video, how to turn a $50,000 debt into a $98,000 debt, you may remember that that house was in the foreclosure process for 2 years. From the time the people quit making payments to the time it was foreclosed in Florida, it took up 2 years. And during that time, the company bought insurance on a very modest home and spent $13,000 for that insurance. And so that house ends up with $13,000 worth of insurance. Probably that insurance would have cost far less if they had gone to a regular insurance company. Plus, the homeowner would have been protected, which is what they should be concerned about. So now, what happens is, and the reason this happens, when you make your mortgage payments, most people pay PITI. That's principal and interest, that's your mortgage payment. Plus, they pay 1/12 of the taxes, T, and 1/12 of the insurance, I. So they make their payments PITI. And so the bank takes that 1/12 of the taxes and 1/12 of the insurance and puts it into a escrow account. When the tax bill comes, it doesn't come to the homeowner, it goes to the bank. When the insurance bill comes, it doesn't go to the homeowner, it goes to the bank, and the bank makes those payments. Now, the bank likes that system because they know the payments are made, and most of us, like me, I like that system because it's just one less thing you got to deal with, you know? And so you don't have to deal with that and forget about it and lose it and all that sort of stuff. So that's the way that works. So what I want you to do is buy some insurance. Now, if you've... pardon me, I'm getting a little lost here. But here, and I said this is an expensive mistake for you, because what's going to happen, instead of you paying $2,000 for State Farm, you're going to end up paying $5,000 for that. Well, you say, well, how am I going to pay? Here's how you're going to pay. If you watch my previous video, the one about the biggest mistake that people make, you may recall I said that the biggest mistake people make is their house is sold by the clerk of the court. Sheriff comes out and kicks them out of the house. Now they're out of the house, and maybe their house sold for $250,000, and they only owed $200 on it. That other $50,000 is sitting there in the clerk of the court waiting for them. Well, if you don't pay for that insurance, you're going to be $3,000 or $4,000 less. Now, also, some people, they want to and half the people that go into foreclosure get the money together and catch it up. Well, one of your expenses when you go to catch it up is going to be $5,000 for insurance that they paid instead of $2,000 that you paid yourself. And so you're going to pay. And of course, if you call me and say, Ron, can you sell my house retail, list it in the MLS and find customers like regular people do and get it sold? The answer is yes, I can. And that's just a few more $1,000 that'll go in your pocket instead of some insurance company that's not even protecting you. So think about that. And you know, it's funny, there's so many things that a lot of times I talk to people, they say, Ron, I didn't know that. Well, I can understand why you wouldn't know that. It's the only time in your life you've ever been foreclosed on. I deal with foreclosures just about every day of my life. I know a lot about foreclosures. If you got any questions about how you can get the most out of this situation, just call me. My phone number is 828-755-6996. I'm a full service realtor. I can get your house sold. You know, so let me know what I can do to help you, and get yourself some insurance on your house. Thank you.